Good afternoon and welcome to Brisbane Road, where it's Tottenham against Everton in the Barclays Women's Super League. The WSL surprise package Spurs have had a magnificent start to the season. They've taken maximum points since their narrow defeat to champions Chelsea on opening day and briefly topped the table during the last match weekend before the international break. Everton's form is almost the exact opposite, with just 1 win and 3 defeats from their opening 4 games, and they've only scored twice. They sit third from bottom. The Toffees lost 5-0 at home to Manchester United last time out, which rather deflated the optimism built up by their 1-0 victory at Anfield in the Merseyside derby in the previous match. So a huge afternoon ahead for both clubs for very different reasons in these early stages of the season. And when it comes to the team news, well, Tottenham are still without Beth England, but she is back in training. But Martha Thomas has been doing rather well in her absence. The WSL Player of the Month for October has bagged 6 goals in her first 4 WSL matches for her new club. Spurs make 1 change as Drew Spence returns in place of Jess Naz. And welcome back to Ellie Brazil after a year out. She's on the bench a year out with an ACL. Great to see her back. Everton, 2 changes for them. Defender Natalie Bjorn injured her hamstring playing for Sweden, so in comes Carolina Olsson. And 21-year-old Man City Academy graduate Emma Bissell starts up front, with Nicolina Sørensen out with an illness. Claire Wheeler in midfield played the 3rd of 3 Olympic qualifiers for Australia as recently as Wednesday. She actually got her first international goal during the international break. She starts despite that hectic international schedule. There's going to be a 1-minute silence before the match. Tottenham's first match since at home since Sir Bobby Charlton's death was announced. The England World Cup winner died at the age of 86. And Everton, of course, so sadly lost their chairman, Bill Kenwright, on October the 23rd. Dedicated so much of his life to the club, did Bill Kenwright, also a revered West End theatre and film producer. And there'll be a minute's silence to remember both those men. Referee Emily Heaslip leads the captains through the toss, Megan Finnegan, and there the number 5 of Tottenham, Molly Bartrip, as the players gather for this minute's silence for Bill Kenwright and Sir Bobby Charlton. A minute's silence for Sir Bobby Charlton and Bill Kenwright. Our thoughts with all who knew them. 2 dedicated servants to football. And let's hope we get a match worthy of their memory this afternoon. Tottenham have been playing some scintillating stuff under their new manager, Robert Villaham. The full Tottenham lineup. Becky Spencer in goal, 4-3-3. James Bula-Bartrip and Neville across the back line. Arton and Spence and Summanen in the middle. Bizet, Thomas and Clinton up top. And for Everton, Brosnan in goal, Payne, Finnegan, Vi and Wheeler in a change formation. Van Havermaet, Benison and Gali in the middle. Bissell, Snoish and Olsson. As the players take a knee to highlight there is no room for racism or social injustice in football or wider society. And Emily Heaslip gets the match underway. Bartrip knocks it out to that right-hand flank. Vi gets a foot in for Everton, all in pink. Well, the rather red and white, I guess, red and black striped shirts. Red stroke pink. And Tottenham in their traditional home strip of white shirts, white socks and blue shorts. Tottenham men and women were briefly top at the same time back in that final WSL match weekend before the international break. That's the first time that's ever happened in the history of the club. Tottenham relatively new, of course, to the top flight, having come up at the end of 2018-19 as championship runners-up behind Manchester United. It was 2 up, 2 down that season. But this really a new era, it feels like, for Tottenham under Robert Villahamn, who has not been shy about talking of playing the same sort of football as Ange Postecoglou has been doing with the men's team. The onus on attack. And he was asked this week, what is he going to do when Beth England, who is back in training on grass now this week. Oh, and Spencer, oh, is she going to get caught out here, Becky Spencer? She got caught out in that sort of position at that end of the pitch when Everton won 3-0 here in December, and it cost them a goal. She's got away with it on this occasion because she was caught as she tried to take on the second of 2 Everton attackers. Some nervous moments there for the Tottenham fans. And Payne, who's been on international duty with Ireland, Republic of Ireland. Congratulations on them securing promotion from Nations League Group B. Surviving that torrential downpour in Albania, which saw the match halted for 90 minutes that game before the players were able to come back out onto that sodden pitch and complete a 1-0 victory. Also won the home fixture. Everton have started brightly here as Bissell plays it back to Ullison. Neville gets the foot in for Tottenham and knocks it out of play. Everton do have a good record against Tottenham in the WSL. Spurs have only won 1 of the 8 meetings to date. 2 draws and 5 Everton wins, including that 3-0 victory here last season back in December, during the reign of Rhiannon Skinner, who was relieved of her duties in March, of course. Vicky Jepson seeing out last season as the Tottenham interim manager. And the January signing of Beth England from Chelsea proving crucial as her 12 goals in 12 games played a huge part in keeping Tottenham up. Rhiannon Skinner now starting a new era at West Ham. And there's been some positives there as well. But Tottenham really in a purple patch, the like of which their WSL history really hasn't seen. Not just because of the results, but the manner of their performances, playing with such confidence. We saw it in that opening day 2-1 defeat to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. But they gave a really good account of themselves against, well, the strongest team in the country 4 times in succession. Chelsea, of course, have been WSL champions, but that era is approaching an end too, of course, given last night's news that Emma Hayes will be leaving Chelsea at the end of this season. That has an impact on the whole of the WSL. It drops to Spence, who takes a shot on and Brosnan gets down to save it comfortably in the end. Well, it was a decent effort by Spence. She kept it on target, trying to find that gap between Brosnan and her near post. But the Republic of Ireland goalkeeper, who herself played in both those Nations League matches against Albania, got down to stop it well. First effort on goal of the match. Bizet finds Spence again, thought about the pass, held onto it, does well and lays it off short to Neville. Plays the 1-2 with Thomas, back to Neville. Neville gets a low cross in, and well, it was a decent effort by Bizet. She just didn't quite connect with the power. The run was to perfection, and having done the hard bit, well, she just couldn't connect. She went with the right boot. Perhaps she would have been better wrapping her left around it. She's got enough for effort here. Brosnan comfortable once more for the Everton goalkeeper, too close to her. But a decent spell this for Tottenham. 3 shots on goal in the space of just over a minute. 2 from Bizet. That the better of them from distance. Before that Becky Spencer scare at the other end, I was just talking about Robert Villahan being asked in his pre-match press conference, what is he going to do when Beth England returns? Because Martha Thomas is in the form of her career up top for Tottenham. Voted the WSL Player of the Month for October. 6 goals in her first 4 WSL matches. As a foul is given to Tottenham. Free kick for Tottenham. Foul on Spence. A hat-trick last time out for Martha Thomas, the summer signing from Manchester United in the 4-2 win against Aston Villa. And Robert Villahan said he's confident he'll find a way for the 2 of them to play together. Of course, that'll have an impact for Tottenham's other attacking players if he is already intent that the 2 of them will play up top together, and perhaps a change of formation. Becky Spencer, has she lost a contact lens here? Just to mention, also on the FA Player this afternoon, another 2 o'clock kickoff. Liverpool against Leicester City. Leicester also started the season so well after, like Tottenham, being down in the relegation doldrums last season. So that's going on right now. And at 3 o'clock, West Ham United against Bristol City. Bristol City, of course, coming up from the Championship as the champions are back in the WSL where they believe they belong. A difficult start for them, though. Right down at the bottom, Bristol City. West Ham in mid-table under the former Tottenham manager, Rhian Skinner. As the medical staff continue to assess Becky Spencer. Been a decent opening 7 minutes. With 3 chances for Tottenham and that slight scare at the other end when Becky Spencer was almost caught in possession. And a foul here given for the challenge on Drew Spence. And Finland's Sumina, who's had a brilliant international break herself. 2 goals in the midweek international against Croatia. Double header against Croatia. Finland won 3-0 and 2-0. Suminen with 2 goals, and she's going to whip this one in. Oh, she almost found a Tottenham head. It drops to James, who rifled it back in, but the flag is up. Offside. Free kick to Everton. Evelina Sumina has had a fine start to this season. Had a really good end to the last season as well. Played a key part in keeping Tottenham up and has since been joined on the other side of midfield by her Finland international compatriots Olga Artinen, who set up one of her goals on international duty this week. They tended to combine really well in the middle of the park, those 2. Clinton tries to get the foot in. What a week for her as well. Grace Clinton on loan for the season here from Manchester United, the Tottenham number 8, called up to the England senior squad for the first time for that Nations League double-header against Belgium. Didn't make it onto the pitch, but I'm sure she garnered so much experience from spending that international camp with the Lionesses. Katja Snoesch, who's Netherlands now top the group, of course, England's group. And England will host the Netherlands at Wembley at the start of December in the next Nations League fixture. England's hopes of reaching the Nations League finals hanging by a thread now. The Everton number 8, Justine van Havermaet. What a week she had with Belgium. Played in every minute of the 2 games against England. England winning the first 1-0 at King Power, but losing the away game 3-2, which means Belgium also sit above England in the group in second place. And Justine Van Havermaet, the Everton midfielder, covered more ground in those two games than any other player. Bennison now, the young Swede for Everton. Just come back into it a bit since that pause for treatment to Becky Spencer, the Tottenham goalkeeper. Tottenham were really on the ascendancy in the couple of minutes before that, with 3 efforts on goal, all saved by Brosnan, all fairly comfortably saved as well. Everton really battling with the injuries at the start of this season. They've only got 6 players on the bench this afternoon. You can have 9, of course, just 6 for Everton, one of them a goalkeeper, Emily Ramsey, who also had a bit of an injury scare during the international break with the England under-23s, but after returning to Everton for an assessment, she was able to hook back up with the young Lionesses. Didn't play, but was part of the camp. Neville tries to bring it out of defence for Tottenham. Bizet can't get to the return, and it's picked up by Katrina Vai for Everton. Her pass is loose though. It's come all the way through to Clinton. Well, Clinton has managed to feed it through to Martha Thomas, who's in such a rich vein of form, but has put it wide of the post. Well, you would have backed her to hit the back of the net, given the way she's been playing at the start of this season. But Brosnan did well to get out and narrow the angle. Clinton just managing to feed it beyond Megan Finnegan. And Thomas couldn't hit the target. I'd suggest the flag was perhaps up against Thomas, because it looked like Everton took a free kick there, just outside the box. Long ball through. The Snoish has got on the end of it. Katja Snoish gets the shot away wide of the near post. Did it glance off Bartrip for the corner? Yeah, Molly Bartrip sliding across, and the Snoish took the shot on it. Flicks off of Bartrip's heel. And Everton have the first corner of the game, approaching the 13-minute mark, still goalless. Tottenham with the better of it, but Everton with an opportunity here. Headed away by Spurs, drops to the edge of the box, and Everton pick it up. Flag is up for a Tottenham throw. Which Neville will take. Neville, the long-time servant of Tottenham, has come all the way up from the 3rd tier to the top flight. Primary school teacher until signing pro. As Tottenham broke into the WSL. And a regular in the left-back position for Tottenham, who have a free kick here, which Neville will take. Back to Bartrip. Spence with the first-time layoff back to Bartrip, who sprays it wide. Lovely passing, fluid football. Clinton again, great footwork from Grace Clinton, weaving all the way through and gets the shot away and wins Tottenham a corner. Well, that's what Grace Clinton could do, such a dangerous player on the ball. Took on 3 Everton players there ultimately. Well, in fact 4, and still managed to get the shot in. Olga Artinen to take this corner for Tottenham. 15 minutes played. Tottenham have been scoring goals for fun in the WSL this season. Deep corner, Neville can't get on the end of it, drops to James. Slices it wide. Tottenham, until Chelsea's 6-0 win over Aston Villa yesterday, were the top scorers in the WSL. And Harry James, the Wales international, not coming close there, though, to troubling Courtney Brosnan. Tottenham 11 goals in their opening 4 games. Chelsea now on 15 after that handsome win for the champions over Aston Villa yesterday. And all of that's been achieved, those Tottenham goals, without Beth England. Can't stress that enough. Spence on the run for Spurs here. Done really well to hold on to it. Didn't quite get the pass right to Clinton, who got there to feed it off to Suminer. Knocked it onto Artanen and out to James. Artanen with the inside run, but James couldn't feed it through to her. Tottenham have a throw-in deep in the Everton half. And it's expected the team in form have had the better of the opening stages here. Comes through to Thomas. His first touch was rather heavy, but did well to knock it back into the danger area. Artanen wins the header. Bissell wins it back for Everton, but knocks it out of play for a Spurs throw, taken quickly. Bizet tries to get there, but Everton clear it and look to break here with Snoish. Suminer looks to get close to her, but Snoish is able to play it back. Tottenham do win it back, though. And Bizet rolls it back into the heart of defence. Bartrip, the Tottenham captain until Beth England returns. Vi, the Denmark international. Bit of Scandinavian rivalry on the benches this afternoon, of course. Brian Sorensen, Danish, in the Everton dugout, and Sweden's Robert Villahan, the new Tottenham manager. Long looping ball forward, headed away by James. He knocks it out of play for an Everton throw. Long throw which Snoish picks up, but James gets there to knock it clear for Tottenham. Bizet can't keep it in there. It's another Everton throw-in. It just trickles out for a Tottenham goal kick. Neville, bit of a heavy touch, and she is caught out. And in the end, she gives away the free kick. Which Aurora Galli, the Italy international, number 22, comes across to take. In fact, she's going to leave it to, well, Benetton is standing closest by. But Katrina Vi is the player with her 2 arms in the air and just tying up her left boot. Everton's only 2 goals have both come from Megan Finnegan, both from corners, a header and a right-footed finish. Set piece in a similar position to the corner here. It does find Finnegan's head. Tottenham look to clear, and they do get away, and an opportunity to break now. Clinton once more strides forward, turns a full 360, lays it off, and now it's with Neville, who has Spence just ahead of her. And Neville wins Tottenham a free kick now. Caught by Payne. Emily Heaslip just has a quick word with Heather Payne. That might be her last chance, perhaps, before a booking, if she was to commit a similar foul. It may have been the message Emily Heaslip was conveying to her. Sumida, we've seen what she can do from this position, very close to picking out a teammate last time out, and this time though it goes straight into Brosnan's arms. Not hit quite as well as the previous from a similar part of the pitch. Clinton to Spence. Thomas tries to whip the cross in, but Everton clear. Clinton did really well to win that back for Tottenham. Luana Bula, Tottenham centre back, out to James. Bartrip. Neville did really well to take it beyond the first opponent. Ulison. Payne. Still Heather Payne. Gets the cross in, glances off of Bartrip, and Spencer comes to gather. The one-time England goalkeeper. Never won a cap, but was called up for England. Now very much, of course, a Jamaica international. Had a magnificent World Cup as Jamaica made history. Made it through the group, didn't they, Jamaica? Did so well. Becky Spencer keeping clean sheet after clean sheet in the tournament. Clean sheets against France, Panama and Brazil. Before Jamaica lost in the round of 16 to Colombia, just 1-0. Free kick here to Everton. Van Havermaet. It's forced back by Clinton to Finnegan. Finnegan almost gave it away to Clinton. Payne can't quite keep that in, and it'll be a Tottenham throw. Just over halfway through the opening half. It's flown by. It's been a very open game. Clinton. And Thomas gives chase, and she'll keep this in, the Scotland international, with a crafty back heel to Neville, who feeds it off to Clinton. Still Clinton. Thomas has stayed on side, gets the cross in, too much on it. James will pick it up. Plays it short to Artinen, who's crowded out. And Everton win a free kick. More decent build-up play from Tottenham. tended to score a lot of their goals in the final quarter of an hour of the first half, so it could be approaching danger territory for Everton when Tottenham really hit their stride. But it is the visitors on the attack here. Benison. Back to Vi. Wheeler. Wheeler again, the Australian. Scored her first goal for her country against the Philippines in the Olympic qualifiers. Australia through to the final round of the Asian qualifiers. They'll have a two-legged playoff in February. If they win that, they'll qualify for Paris 2024. Claire Wheeler was also part of the World Cup squad, but she didn't make it onto the pitch as the co-hosts reached the semi-finals, where they lost to England eventually in that memorable game. Everton on the charge. Has come all the way through, but Neville does well. Didn't slide in, held firm, got the foot in. Clinton switches the play. James. Space opens up ahead of Hannah James. Pass was slightly behind Spence. Back to Sumina, who takes a shot on, and it's over the bar. Just rustled the top of that goal net. Not too far away, Evelina Sumina. Just dipping it beyond Brosnan. 6 inches or so too high with the Everton goal mouth. Bartrip back to Spencer. He was taking no chances this time, but it has been given away and picked up by Van Havermaet. Payne's attempted pass to Bissell clattered into the heels of Neville, who in the end concedes the throw into the Toffees. His manager Brian Sorensen will be pretty happy, I think, with this opening half hour, given their results, given their injury problems, given the fact that Tottenham have been in such fine form. Tottenham have had the better of this game, but Everton are the visitors, and they are well and truly still in it. And it's not as if they've been completely under a Tottenham onslaught. Wheeler with the throw-in for Everton. Finds Snoish, who knocks it back to Wheeler, who was offside and shouldn't have been. That is a careless free kick to give away when Everton were in a dangerous position. Spencer waits for her teammates to take up their positions, but it's an Everton head that wins it in the middle of the park. And Snoish takes it beyond Neville, who recovered well to get the foot in. Benison picks it up for Everton. Benison takes it beyond James, gets the cross in. Snoish is there with a downward header, and Spencer's done so well. Well, Snoish, a woman of her talents, you would have backed her there. She didn't quite get it right. She headed it down into the turf when she was close enough, really, you would imagine, to have just headed it back across goal into that far corner. But by heading it down, it gave Spencer the chance. The bounce took the power off the ball. Decent save from Becky Spencer, but really, Katia Snoish, you would have thought there, would have made the back of that Tottenham net ripple. It remains goalless. Brian Sorensen with the cap in the dugout on the left of screen. Robert Villaham on the right of screen. Finnegan, scorer of Everton's only 2 goals. The captain, the centre-back. Scorer of their only 2 goals in the WSL so far this season. The winner at Anfield. The most important of the 2 of them. Van Havermaet. Back to Finnegan, whose other goal came in that 3-1 defeat, or that 2-1 defeat to Brighton on the opening day. Artinen and Bizet win it back in the middle of the park for Tottenham. It's given away though. Sumina is there for Spurs this time. Vi. Gali. Ulison. Van Havermaet. Sumina wins it back for Spurs. Heavy touch by Thomas gives it away as Gali picks it up in the middle of the park for the visitors. To Vi. Vi to Wheeler, who has been given free rein really to roam across the full width of the pitch, the number 7. Titled in this system to find a pocket of space anywhere from whence she can cause Tottenham problems. Vi strides forward. It's a heavy touch by Schnoisch. Bizet wins it back for Tottenham. James tries to find Thomas. It's just got a little bit scrappy in this last 2 or 3 minutes. James to Bula, across to Bartrip. Plays the 1-2 with Spence. Bartrip now out to Neville. Back inside to Spence. Clinton. Sumina in the centre of the pitch. Really good pass out towards Bizet. Bizet finds Spence, who tries to feed it through, held onto it really well as Drew Spence and gets the shot away, but was never going to cause too many problems that for Brosnan. Spence did well to muscle her way through, and on the stretch she got a boot on it, but was only really able to dink it comfortably into the arms of Courtney Brosnan. Artinen. Too much on it for Bizet, and Vi will get there for Everton. Back to Brosnan. Born and raised in New Jersey, Brosnan. Played for the USA under-23 before switching to Republic of Ireland. Saved a Caroline Weir penalty, didn't she, at Hampden just over a year ago, Courtney Brosnan, in the playoff, which eliminated Scotland and saw the Republic claim their first ever World Cup berth. Bartrip gets there just in time for Spurs. Clinton. Still Clinton. Did really well to hold on to it under pressure from Payne. Suminen back to Bartrip. Back now with the Finn, Suminen. Bartrip once more. Across to Bula. Swiss international, centre back. Luana Bula, summer signing. Bartrip. Tottenham have managed to bring a bit of composure back to their play after those scrappy few moments. Get their foot back on the ball. Long ball forward this time, and it's unable to find its way through to Thomas. As Finnegan cut it out with a header. Payne being forced back by Clinton. Payne does well to work her way out of a tight corner. With a back heel for Clinton, who does well to feed it off to Spence. Neville. Neville to Clinton. Clinton switches the play to James. Tottenham doing so well with this sustained passing play, all making room for each other, all giving their teammates options, but finally Everton momentarily at least won it back, but Tottenham come again with James. Sloppy pass by her though. Foul on Sumina in the centre circle by Galley. Galley is booked for her protestations to Emily Heaslip. She was saying she had been the victim of a foul elsewhere on the pitch, but of course dissent is being clamped down on this season throughout English football, the men's and women's game, and Aurora Galley is booked there either for the foul itself on Suminen or for her voicing of dissent moments after. Suminen to Spence, to Bula. James, short to Bizet. Bizet did really well to get the pass through and then whips the cross in towards the far post where Thomas was surging in. Bizet didn't quite get it right. The Norway international got there before Vi. And whether she was trying to catch Brosnan out with one of those that you hang up at the back post and hope that it deceives the keeper. We have seen that happen a couple of times in recent WSL history. Not on that occasion though. Neville back to Bartrip. Bula to Spencer. Spence. Raking ball out to Neville. Neville's got space to attack. She's come inside though and finds Spence. Clinton. Clinton off the outside of her right boot. Just too much on it for Spence, and Van Havermaet gets there for Everton to knock it out for the Tottenham throw. After 2 years at Reading, of course, Van Havermaet, her first foray into the English game. Reading relegated from the WSL at the end of the season, and Van Havermaet instead signing for Everton. Artinen. Bizet. Bizet tries to lob Brosnan from distance, but didn't get the direction right on that attempt. Celine Bizet, part of the Norway squad for the 2 Nations League matches in the recent international break. Came on very late on in the 2-1 away defeat to France, was an unused substitute in the goalless draw against the same opponents a few days later. France, of course, hosting the Olympics, so they qualify automatically, but are in the Nations League going for the title nonetheless. Spence tries to muscle through. It's back to Clinton, who whistles it wide. Clinton, she can hit them. She got that really good goal in the win against Brighton just before she was called up by Serena Wiegman, having also impressed recently for the under-23s. Grace Clinton, but getting a chance with the seniors. Didn't make it onto the pitch in those Belgian matches. Vi. Of course, if France do reach the Nations League final, because it is all in. The chance here for Thomas, what Brosnan's done so well On the double save from Courtney Brosnan. Well, Martha Thomas can't believe it, because she had been in a rich vein of form and she was almost gifted one by the Everton defence. She was so sharp. What a save from Brosnan, who sprung back to her feet and got palms to the second effort too. Everton indebted to their goalkeeper there from sparing their blushes from a defensive lapse. And Martha Thomas denied what would have been her 7th WSL goal of the season in only her 5th game. Appeals for handball. He didn't look it from this side of the pitch, I have to say. And making the point there, Ulison, that her hands were behind her back. Bartrip. Buller back to Spencer. Just saying before that Tottenham chance, France, if they reach the Nations League final, it would be the teams finishing 2nd and 3rd. There is a 3rd place playoff in the Nations League finals after the semi-finals. It is supposed to be the Nations League finalists who will be the 2 European representatives at the Paris 2024 Olympics. But if France make that final, it will be the team that finishes 3rd. And Clinton is booked here for a late challenge. So 1 player apiece in the book. Aurora Galley a few moments ago for Everton. Grace Clinton of Tottenham follows her. Wheeler back to Vi, whose touch was heavy, and Spence tried to seize on it. Couldn't quite get there, but did enough to panic Vi into giving it away with the second ball too. And now Spence has the opportunity to hang the cross up, and it's headed into the back of the net by Grace Clinton. Fresh from her first call up to the England senior squad, and Grace Clinton is there to get her head on the end of a deep cross and guide it beyond Courtney Brosnan to give Tottenham the lead in the closing stages of this first half. Well, Spence hung it up so well. Brosnan was tempted, and Grace Clinton got there. And Tottenham's march up the WSL table continues. What a season they're having. Grace Clinton putting them in control of this match as they seek a 4th win on the spin in the league. Clinton's 2nd goal since joining Spurs, on loan from Manchester United for the season. It wasn't quite as aesthetically pleasing as that long-range pile driver against Brighton, but they're all worth 1 point. And Tottenham probably just about deserve that lead, given they've had the better of the play, the more of the chances. A little harsh on Everton, though, who was so desperate to get into the break on level terms, given their recent form. Would have been really morale boosting for Brian Sorensen. He's going to have to change his team talk now, because Everton are going to have a lead to chase down, and that's only going to open the game up even more for Tottenham. Neville strides forward for Spurs. Appeals for handball, and it is given against Payne as the cross came in. Three added minutes. And Tottenham with a chance here to go into the half-time break with a 2-goal cushion. Free kick in Sumana territory. Evelina Suminer can really trouble defences from here. Right arm raised. In it goes towards that far post, headed down. Another magnificent save from Brosnan. Thomas with the header. A right smile from the Scotland international. It was a really good header. She guided it down, well, perhaps a little close to Brosnan, but the Everton goalkeeper still did ever so well to get down to it and push it away from the danger zone too, not just back into the territory where the Tottenham players were lurking, but wide of the goal. The cross comes in again. Tottenham coming on strong in these closing stages. A little less than 2 minutes of added time to play. Spence, who set up that Grace Clinton goal in the 42nd minute. Bartrip. Clinton rode the challenge by Galley and knocks it out to Bizet on the right. Bizet short to Spence, who tries to return it to the Norway international, but Everton clear their lines. And Bula all the way back to Spencer. Bula across to Bartrip. Suminer, come on you Spurs, is the cry from the home fans. Into the final minute of the added 3. It's only Tottenham's second home WSL match of the season. The fans were treated to that victory over Bristol City. And they're seeing their team in a winning position again as we approach half-time. Clinton does really well to hold on to it and finds Neville. Is there one last chance for Tottenham here? Spence to James. James feeds it through to Bizet. Bizet brings it back as Vi tried to force her out wide. Vi gets it away from the danger zone for Everton. Bula is there. Tottenham going to have to work quick if they're going to have one last chance at the end of this first half. And the whistle goes. They won't get that last opportunity, but they'll be very happy with the lead given to them by that woman in the centre of shot. Grace Clinton on loan for the season from Manchester United, recently called up by Serena Wiegman to the full England squad, and having scored her second goal of the season for Spurs. Her header sends Tottenham in at the break, leading Everton by a goal to nil. And we can have a look back at the best moments from that really entertaining first half at Brisbane Road. Spence with the low shot, which Brosnan, who was by far the busier of the two goalkeepers. Brosnan saving from Bizet just moments later, in fact. And within a minute, Bizet had another opportunity. Brosnan once more equal to it. Clinton feeding Thomas. And as Brosnan narrowed the angle, Martha Thomas, the October WSL Player of the Month, whistled it wide. Katja Snoish, her effort glanced off Bartrip for a corner. Clinton, what a run this was from Grace Clinton. And she did get the shot away, but it was cleared behind for a Spurs corner. Suminen with the shot from distance, which rustled the top of the net. Another opportunity, the best for Everton, Snoish, who really should have done better, headed it down into the turf. Comfortable for Spencer. Finnegan giving away a chance for Thomas. What a save that was from Brosnan, who got up and also palmed the second effort round the post. And this a goal. Bizet fending it off to Spence, who's hanging cross. Teams Brosnan out of goal, and there was Grace Clinton to head in her second goal for Spurs since signing on loan for the season from United. Suminen, Manchester United, that is, and a really decent header from Thomas, which Brosnan managed to get down and fingertip round the post. So an entertaining first half. It is the WSL's form team, Tottenham, who lead. Do join us again after the break, but at half-time it's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Everton 0.
Excited, would say nervous, but nervous doesn't really suit me, so yeah, excited. We're passionate about what we're trying to do, we know what we're going after, we know it's going to be tougher than it ever has been, so very excited of what's to come.
I'm feeling really excited and curious in the new season to see how far we will reach with Chelsea.
What excites me about this team is we've had very little disruption to the current squad. Being able to bring in Jill Roord, who's a top player.
We have a new team together, and I'm really excited to see how we can do in this WSL, and looking forward to it.
We've had a good pre-season so far, 7 new signings who are bedded in well. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we're really pleased with the performance levels. We've had some tough games in pre-season, tested ourselves against European opposition.
I think it's going to be a big step up this year, but I think we're riding the confidence of promotion and we're hoping to really carry it into this year.
I'm looking forward to it. We've obviously got new players in, new manager in, fresh start, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the season starting.
The team goal is to win trophies. Right now we have the cup to give everything for and the league, so of course we want to win trophies this year.
Team goals for the season is to win. We want to be successful, we want to win trophies, we enjoy winning silverware. So that's got to be the aim. We're in it to win it.
We just need to work and improve on what we did well at the end of last season, compete with the top teams and be in and around it.
If we can be even better in the aspects of keeping the ball, be good at dominating the games, it doesn't matter if it's top 4, if it's the rest of the league. We want to have our own identity, and so basically just building on that.
I think it's just building on what we did towards the end of last season. We obviously have our internal goals, but as a team we'll be looking to build on what happened last season, yeah.
To be competitive, we want to make sure that we surprise teams, and that doesn't necessarily mean in the obvious ways, it means in the fact that we've got ambition, grit, we want to prove our point, we want to play football. And we want to make sure it's exciting for fans because they've been following us through this journey the last 2 years, so I want to make it just as enjoyable for them again.
Ooh, definitely hard-working.
Ambitious, is that the right word?
Together.
Quality.
Driven.
Funny.
Passionate.
Togetherness is one word.
I think resilient as well.
Relaxed.
Good people.
Passion.
We love our fans, they're great.
The fans should come down and watch us because we will leave nothing in the tank. We'll put it all out there, we'll work our absolute socks off. So please fans, come and watch us.
We have a good team, we have a team that's passionate. We've got some talented players at this football club, and we're really looking forward to seeing what we can achieve this year.
I really hope that we in Chelsea can put out a show for the fans, play some good football, show some winning mentality, both when it goes good, we want to do it even better, but also when it's not that easy. I think this season will be extremely competitive, and yeah, there's no reason for the fans not to be there.
We're playing against some of the best players in the world, playing against some of the best teams, and it's our chance to make our mark.
The fans should watch Arsenal because we play good football, we play exciting football, we want to score goals and we want to have possession and dominate games.
They rock Walsall time and time again. The support towards last season was arguably one of the best in the division.
So get your tickets now, guys.
Our fans should look out for every new signing that we have made. Really interesting players with different qualities. So yeah, watch out.
Yeah, we're pleased with who we brought in. What we wanted to do with this recruitment was make sure that we added strength and depth competition for places. We needed goals, so Sophie Roman coming in is a big part of that. We're looking forward to seeing how she settles in.
Janice came in. I think she's very composed on the ball, and then I'd also say Deanne Rose because she's got a lot of experience in the league and she's very quick.
As I said, it's a very new look side, a lot of new signings, but I think that's exciting. We're a new look team, but we're excited to show what we can do.
We've obviously got to 5th spot for the first time, so I think what's different is the ambition and drive from the club is, you know, high from us, and hopefully we can do well this year.
New squad, we lost quite a few players last season. We've also got a new manager, so I think our style of play will change. Maybe the formations that we play within that, yeah, so quite a few changes.
Last season was a really tough season, but it was almost just about surviving, whereas now we've got a fresh slate, so everyone's really excited to get going.
Hi, I'm Sandy.
I'm Kiara,
and this is Save Reacts.
Rebecca Welsh takes the first look at the watch, and Chelsea might be able to win it here. It's Sam Kerr. She's clean through.
Oh, nice.
Stopped by Roebuck.
Big and strong
Yeah,
she is.
made herself big.
This is you.
Stop it.
Nah, Sam, that was a great save.
Oh, thanks.
See,
Oh,
to that you didn't
was
even,
I?
to that you didn't even just pull off a worldie. Oh, nice.
Thanks, Kiki. We'll watch it again if we have to.
Ropes again.
Ooh. Oh, this is.
I
thought this would be the other one.
Reaction, and that is a vial. She's just so.
There she goes.
No, that was a great reaction too.
Yeah, right on the goal line. Alright, this is the Daily Roebuck show. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, it was like the Chelsea one. Nice Roby.
Great positioning.
I think it was only like 1-0 this game or something.
Yeah, love the facials as well.
She did well to stay up there.
Yeah, I would have been down. Why is she so open?
Yeah. Great defending, but we're not here to judge that, are we? But we shall.
It's all about the save. Great save, Rose. I can't even remember the save that I made. Sure, I'm not going to show the goal. Oh.
Nice, Kiki.
Get out of here. I just get out of my house.
Oosh. Sent to the shops. Nice, Kiki. Same big.
Big. And up for the rebounds. Come on.
Straight up. Sponsored by Ellie Robot. Oh, nice.
Why did that? Yeah, that looked really weird.
Ooh,
again.
Not the
Get
punch.
Get out of here.
We should get out more, shouldn't we?
That's you. I don't like that. Even that kit.
Oh, I love that kit.
Nice.
Oh, no. I'll tell you what, not to make excuses, but those mitre balls, when they're brand new, are so slippy. Should be catching this, you know. Ooh.
That was great defending by
Yeah.
Big up, Gabby.
Oh, that's it. Oh, lovely. Well, nice. 3 clips between
Wrapped up.
Hi, I'm Laia Codina, and this is Get to Know. I think that Arsenal has been always a great club, and now the project with women is so exciting, and this is why I'm here, because I think that we can achieve a lot of titles. Good. I think that there's a nice group, and the players are helping me a lot, and all the staff. There's a good environment to grow up and to still winning a lot. No, I know maybe some girls because I faced with them during the World Cup, but not I didn't been with them before. Leah Walty. Good, I think that not only him, all the staff is very familiar, so I think that for the people who are new is good because it's easy to stealing in. I'm a young player, I have to grow up a lot, and I think that here is the best option, and we will see. But I only think that we can achieve a lot of titles with a team. That's our goal. I think that I'm an aggressive player. I think that I'm very brave, or I try to be very brave, because I think that it's a good thing for a player. And I will also, with the ball, I think that I'm good building up. That's all. I already say that I love it. I don't know, this goal here is very, I don't know, it's very brilliant, and I think that there's a lot of, in this shirt, there's a lot of history, and it's nice to feel that.
Let's go. So Stephen, Loco, we're coming to you in a second. Yeah, we've got your prize. Kimmy.
Alright, next up, we're going to go for who's shouting the loudest. Yeah, I'm watching you, okay. So we're going to do the same as what we did in the first show, and then go, come on you Spurs, come on you Spurs.
Welcome back to Brisbane Road. Tony Duggan, you can see there, is coming on, the WSL veteran, the former England international. She is replacing Emma Bissell. At half-time, as Everton look to chase down this one-goal lead given to Tottenham by the former Everton youth player Grace Clinton, who is in the centre of shot there, the number 8, on loan with Tottenham from Manchester United for the season, heading Tottenham into a 42nd minute lead from Drew Spence's cross. Tottenham did have the better of the first half. Courtney Brosnan had a magnificent half in goal for the Toffees. Otherwise, the lead that Grace Clinton has given Tottenham could have been a goal or two more than it is. Tottenham leading 1-0. Everton with a change at the break. Tony Duggan on for Emma Bissell. Everton having lost 3 and won 1 of their opening 4 games. And Duggan with a very early touch, but Tottenham win it back. Tottenham having won 3 and lost 1 of their opening 4, looking for a 4th win, looking to keep on the coattails of Chelsea, who won yesterday against Aston Villa to go top. And Manchester City, who were the leaders coming into the weekend, their unbeaten run has ended this afternoon. Arsenal with a 2-1 win against Manchester City. So if Tottenham were to win this match, they would be just a point behind Chelsea at the top of the table. The confirmation of the substitution for Everton, Tony Duggan on for Emma Bissell. Manchester City remain on 10 points after defeat to Arsenal this afternoon. Chelsea on 13. Tottenham, if they win here, will move on to 12. They'll sit second in the table. Thomas to Clinton, who feeds it back to Thomas, who just can't stop scoring this season, but was thwarted on 4 occasions in that first half by Courtney Brosnan. Free kick to Everton. Woody Kirk, who gave Grace Clinton her WSL debut when she was a youngster at Everton. Bizet's here for Tottenham. Pounces on the slip from Vi and whips across in, which Thomas heads wide. It's just not her afternoon. It's certainly been her season. It was certainly her October WSL Player of the Month. Couldn't get the direction on that one. Did have a really fine header just before the break. On target, well saved by Brosnan. Ooh, and Brosnan very close to giving it away to Thomas, right in front of goal there. Got away with it. Vi for Everton. Just the 1-goal lead for Tottenham. As long as it remains that way, they'll think they have a chance. But they've really struggled for goals, have Everton this season. Just the 2 in the 4 games, both from Finnegan, their captain and centre-back. Ulison to Wheeler. Van Havermaet finds Payne, brings it inside of Neville. Low cross into Katja Snoish. She lays it off short. And Benison couldn't really get anything on the shot. Van Havermaet wins it back. Payne again, Neville with the foot in to knock it out for an Everton throw. Another Everton throw as Payne wins that for the visitors. Tottenham seeking what would be only their 2nd ever WSL win over Everton. Just 1 win from the previous 8, 2 draws, 5 defeats. Wheeler tries to wriggle through. Clinton wins it back for Tottenham. Finds Artinen, back to Spence. Neville knocks it clear. Vi to Gali. Gali went in the book in the first half, as did Clinton, Tottenham also had a player booked in that opening half. Bartrip back to Spencer. It was Clinton who picks up that Tottenham yellow card, the goal scorer. Clinton booked for Spurs. Gali booked for Everton in the first half. Clinton's booking came just a minute before she put Tottenham into the lead. 43rd minute goal, the official timing of Grace Clinton's goal. The goal which separates the teams. Snoish knocks it short to Van Havermaet. Decent opening to the second half for Everton. Payne. The cross glances off of Neville and falls to Snoish, who pivoted well to get the shot away. Tottenham survive a minor scare, and Thomas now brings it forward for Spurs. Looking for her 7th WSL goal of the season. Feeds it short to Spence. Gali got the boot in, but Spence did manage to get a shot away. Brosnan comfortably grasps it. Thomas with the layoff. Spence at the second attempt found room for the shot, but couldn't unduly trouble Brosnan. Wheeler. Thomas, has she stayed onside? Well, Everton's two defenders in tandem clear it up. I think the flag stayed down, so it would have counted if Thomas had managed to hit the back of the net. In the end, she wasn't able to get the shot away in time. Bula to James, another player with a Everton past, and Howard James. Thomas. Van Havermaet does really well to shepherd that behind and appeals for the goal kick, but it's going to be a Tottenham corner. Bizet leaves it for Sumina. Bizet gives her the short option though. Right arm raised. Takes it short and low, and it's James with the shot. And it falls to Thomas, gets it back into the danger zone. Everton clear. Bizet with the throw for Tottenham. Back to Bizet, who finds Spence. Vi keeps it in, plays it short. And Everton finally clear, but it is picked up by Bula. He knocks it all the way back to Spencer. Bizet takes on Vi. Bizet almost finds Spence. Tottenham with another corner. Tottenham's only previous win over Everton was by a 1-0 scoreline back when they were playing at the Hive, home of Barnet, back in December 2021. Can they get a second goal this afternoon? It drops to Clinton, another fine save by Brosnan. Neville on the rebound, loops it towards the far post and onto the roof of the net. Well, Courtney Brosnan is having a sensational afternoon in the Everton goal. Once more, she stood firm. As it came back to Clinton, she got the left-footed shot away. And Brosnan managed to block it. And Neville on the rebound just loops it onto the top of that Everton net. Still just a goal, and Tottenham will really want to get that second one to try and put the game to bed. Everton's still very much in the contest. Neville will get back to this one though and knock it back to Spencer. Artinen to Thomas. Thomas knocks it back towards Spence. It flicks up into the air and Clinton was almost there onto the loose ball. Everton just managed to hold firm. Another fine flowing move from the home team. But it comes to nothing in the end. Ulison. Van Havermaet. Bartrip manages to get there just ahead of Snoish. Payne crowded out. Clinton has it for Tottenham. Plays it short to Sumina. Given away though, and Van Havermaet whips in the cross to the edge of the area. But it was rather directionless. It was well behind Snoish and Tottenham clear. James, long ball for Thomas to give chase. Thomas will keep it in on this near side. Vi gets back for Everton. Bizet puts her under pressure, forces Vi to hurry the clearance. And James sprung forward but knocks it out of play for an Everton throw, which Benison will leave. For Vi to take. Duggan with a crafty back heel for Snoish. Snoish looks to take it beyond Bartrip, comes inside. Back towards Duggan, whose shot hit Neville in the face, and it's a long-range effort which flies high, wide and handsome from Aurora Galley. It was worth a dig, but the execution just wasn't there as it came back to the Italian. Brian Sorensen, the Everton manager, is readying a double change, it appears, as the visitors continue to try and chase down this slender Tottenham lead. They made one change at the break with Tony Duggan coming on for the former Manchester City graduate from the academy, 21-year-old Emma Bittle, who was given away here by Spencer. Everton with a chance. Back towards Snoish, but Sumina does really well for Tottenham, the Finland international. Spence. Bartrip. Neville. It's a Tottenham throw. Given away, Wheeler wins it back. Galley. To Duggan, who turns but gives it away. Thomas. Sumina. Artinen. Clinton now. Artinen with a nice ball out to Thomas on the left, who takes a shot on from distance. It's well wide of Brosnan's goal. And this might be the opportunity for Brian Sorensen to make that double change. So Karen Holmgaard, the number 28, the young Dane, and Martina Piemonte coming on. Tottenham also making a substitution of Jess Naz coming on for Martha Thomas, so there won't be another WSL goal for Spurs this afternoon. It's a rather rare occurrence to not see Martha Thomas on the score sheet. But in fact, the wrong number's gone up. So Martha Thomas is staying on, as you would imagine, unless she had got a knock. And it is Celine Bizet, so apologies for that error. The wrong number held up. Bizet off, Naz on. Ulison coming off for Everton. As Martina Piemonte goes on in her place, the Italian international. And Karen Holmgaard also enters the fray for the Toffees, with Hannah Benison coming off. So Karen Holmgaard on for Hannah Benison. Jess Naz, who recently scored for the England under-23s in the international break in a 2-0 win over Portugal. With virtually her first touch, she came on at half-time in that game, scored in the 47th minute. She's got half an hour to make an impact for Tottenham. It's Everton, though, who the onus is on as they trail 1-0. Martina Piemonte, the Everton striker who's just come on and has just returned from injury. Brian Sorensen saying it was great to have her back among the available substitutes this afternoon. And she's now on the pitch, Martina Piemonte. This is Drew Spence for Tottenham, though. Back to Artinen. Sumanen plays it short to Clinton. Spence to James. Artinen. Dinked ball through to Naz, who's just come on. Naz with a shot wide of the post. Decent effort from Jess Naz. Been on the field a matter of seconds. Looking to make the same sort of instant impact she did recently for the England under-23s. It was a lovely dinked ball through by Artinen, and Naz did really well to let it come across her and get the half volley away. Brosnan got her angle spot on, and that didn't leave Naz with much room at that far post, just wide. James. Sumanen. Out to Neville. Neville slips it through to Clinton, who couldn't quite bring it under control. Grace Clinton with the goal which separates the teams. The former Everton youngster on loan at Tottenham for the season from Manchester United. Her second goal since joining the Lily Whites, also on target in the 3-1 win over Brighton. Tottenham at the moment, if they hold on for this win, will sit second in the table. Chelsea beat Aston Villa 6-0 yesterday. They lead the way. Manchester City, who were top coming into the weekend, losing this afternoon to Arsenal. So Tottenham with a chance to go second with a victory against Everton, who sit third from bottom and are really beginning to look increasingly desperate for a point from somewhere. They still very much have a chance to get one this afternoon. Cross in, headed away, and Naz will pick it up, only momentarily, as Wheeler wins it back and slips it through the legs of James and gets the cross in. And Spencer and I think it was Bula got in each other's way, but Tottenham get away with it. It was great work from Wheeler. It was Bartrip who could take no chances, and as she got the header in, also clattered into her own goalkeeper, and she's down. Molly Bartrip, the Tottenham captain. Just a reminder elsewhere, as Molly Bartrip gets back to her feet, another 2 o'clock kickoff, kicked off at the same time as this one. Liverpool, Everton's Merseyside rivals, at home to Leicester City. You can follow that also on the FA Player. And the 3 o'clock kickoff this afternoon, West Ham United against Bristol City. West Ham mid-table under the former Tottenham manager Rehan Skinner. Bristol City back in the WSL, having won the championship last season. Second from bottom, just above Aston Villa on goal difference at the start of today, after Villa's heavy defeat to Chelsea yesterday. Sumanen for Tottenham. Out to Bula, who knocks it back to Bartrip. Clinton to Spence. Plays the 1-2 in Neville to Spence. And then whisks it inside to Clinton. Back with Spencer. Karen Holmgaard, the other Everton substitute who's just come on. Usually used as a defensive midfielder, the 24-year-old Dane. Her twin sister Sarah is also at Everton, of course. Both signed in the summer of 2022. James to Spence to Naz. Karen Holmgaard, the Everton sub, did come on in midweek in Denmark's 2-1 home win over Wales. And was an unused substitute in the 1-0 win against Iceland in the game a few days earlier. As is common with most of the players on the pitch this afternoon, they've been away on international duty. Clinton, who was one of them, away with England. And the goal scorer this afternoon, given away this time though. Spencer wins it straight back for Tottenham. Artinen. High hanging cross over the head of Thomas. Quarter of the game remaining. Tottenham lead by just a single goal to nil. Finely poised match. Tottenham very much the form team. But they've only ever beaten Everton once before in the WSL. Bula back to Spencer. Clatters it straight down the middle of the pitch and all the way through to Brosnan. Snoish has come really deep, and in the end she loses out and Thomas knocks it back to Spence. Spence out to James, who's got Naz to her right and finds her. Naz to Bula, Bula across to Bartrip. Bartrip does well and knocks it through to Clinton, who's given it away, which is a rare sight. Gali for Everton. Tottenham win it back in the centre of the pitch. Clinton. Clinton turns and knocks it through towards Thomas, who almost gets a touch on it. Not quite. Great understanding between Clinton and Thomas, who timed the run to perfection. And the pass just got beyond her. But if she'd got the faintest of touches on that, she could perhaps have propelled it beyond Brosnan, but Brosnan once more, her decision-making was spot on. Vi's given it away though, and it's with Spence, who takes the shot on from distance, tries to lob Brosnan. Clever effort. Didn't quite manage to get the height on it, but saw Brosnan off her line. Spence had the confidence to go for it. Duggan. Still Tony Duggan is forced all the way back and plays it across to Vi. Vi has space to run into. Loose pass by her though. Gives Tottenham the chance to build, and Clinton again moves it on quickly towards Thomas. Thomas takes on Finnegan and gets the shot away, and Brosnan is there once more, equal to it. Well, Martha Thomas shakes her head once more. I'm losing count of the opportunities she's had this afternoon. And again, it's a little too close to Brosnan. But the Scotland international striker once more thwarted by the Republic of Ireland international goalkeeper, who's having a great afternoon between the sticks. Other than perhaps feeling she might not have come for the cross with which Clinton headed Tottenham into the lead. She was tempted out of a goal by Drew Spence's cross, and Clinton got there first to head it beyond her into an open net. It's the only thing that Courtney Brosnan hasn't got quite right this afternoon, which is down now, requiring a bit of treatment. What an afternoon between the sticks for the 27-year-old Republic of Ireland goalkeeper. And we can have a look back at a couple of the Tottenham chances recently. The Clinton ball through, which Thomas almost got on the end of, but Brosnan read it really well. And then Thomas taking it inside of Finnegan, low shots. Brosnan again getting down well to it. Thomas did knock it a bit too close to the Everton goalkeeper, Brian Sorensen, with 18 minutes, 17 minutes plus added time for these players to give a reaction to this Tottenham lead, to try and get a crucial point on the board. They only have 3 from their opening 4 games for that victory over Liverpool. They lost to Brighton at home on the opening day, 2-1. They lost at Leicester the following weekend. And then after that 1-0 win over Liverpool came the 5-0 home defeat to Manchester United last time out. For Tottenham, it's been win, 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 and so far another win in response to that opening day defeat to the champions Chelsea. They are just over a quarter of an hour away from a 4th consecutive WSL win that will take them 2nd in the table. Courtney Brosnan geeing up her teammates, her Everton teammates, telling them there's time to get something here. They have kept themselves in contention in this game into these closing stages. Tottenham might be left to rue not being more ruthless in front of goal. They've been pretty ruthless throughout the season. They certainly haven't struggled for goals. 4 last time out against Villa, 3 the week before that against Brighton, 6 in the Conti Cup against Reading. Here's Thomas, just bounced beyond her. And Van Havermark gets back for Everton. They were the top scorers, Tottenham, in the league before Chelsea knocked 6 past Villa yesterday. But they've not been able to convert all but one of their opportunities this afternoon, and that's left Everton still in with a sniff of getting something from this visit to London. Tottenham's next game against Everton's Merseyside rivals here next weekend against Liverpool. Drew Spence has Thomas ahead of her, almost finds her. Pass just behind Martha Thomas and all the way through to Brosnan. So Tottenham hosting Liverpool next Sunday before a trip to Leicester the following weekend. Really big week this for Everton, because they've got Manchester United away in the Continental Cup in midweek, as Bula knocks this back to Spencer. That fixture recently inherited by United dropping out of the Champions League. Ghali for Everton. Can't get it beyond Sumadan. Van Havermaet to Ghali. United, of course, starting the season in the Champions League, but because they didn't get through the qualifying stage, it had already been predetermined that they would drop into Everton and Liverpool's Continental Cup group should that happen, and because they've done so, that's led to a midweek fixture, Manchester United against Everton in the Conti Cup. And then it's Chelsea in the league next weekend, so really difficult week for Everton. Duggan tries to play it through, it's gone all the way through to Spencer. They're playing the team that's about to go second in the league today. They've got Manchester United away in the Conti Cup, and then they've got to take on Chelsea. Home fixture at least, home comforts, but rarely do you get any comfort when you're playing a team, a squad as strong as Chelsea in what will be their first WSL match since the announcement that Emma Hayes will leave at the end of the season. Naz for Tottenham, low cross in, headed away. It sounds like Robert Villahan is getting ready for another change for Tottenham. Kit Graham looks like she's getting ready to come on. She'll turn 28 next Saturday, will Kit Graham. He missed so much of the last couple of seasons with injury. She might get on for the closing stages here, the former Charlton player. Wheeler with the throw for Everton. Given away though. Everton win it back. Wheeler plays it back to Finnegan. Brian Sorensen also looking like he's getting ready to make another Everton change with Megan Campbell. The summer signing from after her contract at Liverpool expired, the Ireland international, Megan Campbell. Clinton is fouled in the centre of the pitch. Tottenham have a free kick. So Megan Campbell coming on for Katrina Vai for Everton. And there is Kit Graham. Kit Graham coming on for Drew Spence, who's had a really tidy match in the middle of the park for Tottenham. So much of the game has gone through Drew Spence. He gets a standing ovation from the Tottenham fans, and Robert Villahan among those applauding Drew Spence off the pitch. What a performance from her this afternoon. Vicky Jepson there, still part of the coaching setup, having been interim manager at the end of the season. Kit Graham though, with 10 minutes plus added time to help Tottenham get another 3 points on the board. James to Graham, who's just come onto the pitch. And James with the second ball well over the head of Thomas and through to Brosnan. Gali. Well, in that Manchester United game a fortnight ago, the final match before the international break, Everton really let it slip in the closing stages. They were only 1-0 down until the 52nd minute. And then it went to 2-0, and then they conceded 3 goals in just over the last half hour of that game. And I think Brian Sorensen will take some heart from the fact that this game hasn't, certainly until this point, got beyond his team. They are still right in the contest. Gali wins it back for Everton. Van Havermaet, who's had to drop back into the defensive line. Duggan tries to find Snoish, but it bounced up off the Dutch woman's shin, and in the end Neville wins Tottenham a goal kick. which Becky Spencer is not in much of a hurry to take. For all their attacking prowess, they haven't kept a clean sheet in the WSL yet in their opening 4 games. They did keep one in that Conti Cup 6-0 win over Reading of the Championship. But in the WSL, Becky Spencer and her backline yet to celebrate a shutout. So they'll want to rectify that over these closing stages. And it may be that is crucial to them taking a full complement this afternoon. Because they haven't had an awful lot of luck in front of goal this afternoon, Tottenham. And they've also been denied time after time by a superb display from Courtney Brosnan. So if they're not going to get another one, they need to stay tight at the back and hold on to this clean sheet. Campbell, the hanging cross is headed down by, well, it's cleared off the line. It was almost knocked in by Piemonte. Piemonte with the header. And as a penalty has been given by Emily Heaslip. Emily Heaslip, as we see this replay, has pointed to the spot. Piemonte with the header cleared by James. And as Tottenham attempted to clear, there was a foul just inside the area, and Emily Heaslip pointed to the spot. Heather Payne knocked to the turf. It did look like a shove, a rather needless shove, and I think Emily Heaslip's got that right. And Tottenham might just have gifted. We were just talking about their difficulty in keeping clean sheets. And it's Aurora Galley with a late chance to rescue something for Everton. To try and get what would be only their 4th point of the season on the board. Or are there going to be heroics here from Becky Spencer? Aurora Galley against Becky Spencer. A penalty to try and rescue a point for Everton and prevent Tottenham moving 2nd in the table. Heaslip blows. Galley steps up and into the top corner. What a penalty from Aurora Galley. Postage stamp, absolutely hammered it into the top corner. Nerves of steel. A moment of high pressure for Everton, who have lost 3 of their opening 4 games, and it was looking like being 4 in 5. But Aurora Galley might just have saved them a point late on, as she thunders home that spot kick and becomes the first player other than Megan Finnegan to get a goal for Everton in the WSL this season. Tottenham 1, Everton 1. And Tottenham will be kicking themselves, not just with the amount of chances they've spurned, but with needlessly giving away that penalty, really. It stemmed from Piemonte's header, cleared off the line by James. And in Tottenham's ensuing efforts to clear, Payne was pushed to the pitch. Well, there's a coming together here from Duggan and Bartrip. Tony Duggan with so much experience, and all of that will come to the fore for Everton in these closing stages. What a difference a goal can make. Everton suddenly look like they believe they could win this contest. Clinton and Neville on the overlap will have different ideas for Tottenham. Neville gets it in and tries to deceive Brosnan at her near post. Brosnan, though, as she has been all afternoon, alert to it, and she wasn't going to be caught out. Regained her position, smothered the ball. A little less than 4 minutes plus added time to play, and Heaslip, the referee Emily Heaslip, gets in the way, and as is the laws nowadays, has to restart the ball with a drop kick to the team that was in possession. It's rather hard to work out who that was actually, but I think she's decided it was Everton. Of course, in the old days, you just played on if the ball hit the referee. That's not been the case for the last couple of seasons, and it's a drop ball to Everton. Galley, the goal scorer from the spot, gets play back underway, knocks it back to Van Havermaet, who is forced back to Brosnan. Neville wins the header for Tottenham. Clinton. James finds Naz. Wheeler tries to win it back off Naz, but Naz has held on to it. It's the two number 7s tussle, and it's now with Graham, who looks towards the far post where Neville was flying in, but Payne heads it behind for a Tottenham corner. But it was Grace Clinton who gave away the penalty for the foul on Heather Payne, so the goal scorer, the former Everton player, also with the intervention that led to the penalty, with which Everton might be about to rescue a point. But Tottenham with a corner, looking for their second of the afternoon. Suminen knocks it too close to Brosnan, who seems to catch Kit Graham and the ball. Courtney Brosnan, she's catching everything this afternoon. Well, Tottenham will be absolutely gutted to see this potential victory slip from their grasp. They'll be third rather in the table on goal difference if this match does end in a draw, level on points with Man City, but they're going to miss the chance to be sitting second, just a point behind Chelsea. And obviously you have to work so hard for every single point in the WSL. They will be absolutely gutted to see two precious points slip through their grasp this afternoon. Brian Sorensen will be delighted that his Everton team stayed in this contest right to the dying moments, and then when they got their chance from the penalty spot, Aurora Galley took the spot kick with true expertise, giving Becky Spencer absolutely no chance. Less than a minute now, plus added time to play. There'll be a fair bit, there always is these days. Seen numerous changes in the second half. Courtney Brosnan was down for a bit as well, the Everton goalkeeper. Either team could still win this. James trying to spark a Tottenham attack. Thomas has space as she cuts into the right hand side of the box. Still Martha Thomas knocks it towards Graham at the far post, but Everton have bodies in the way. Clinton. Van Havermaet towers over pretty much every player on the pitch and headed that, and Duggan now looks to bring it forward, but the touch was a little heavy. Snoish wins it back for Everton, but Bartrip's there, and Bartrip doesn't miss the opportunity to shout something in the direction of her opponent. 5 minutes of added time to play. Beautifully poised in East London, Brisbane Road, home of Tottenham. Tottenham 1, Everton 1. Is there time for late drama here? Gully, the goal scorer from the spot for Everton, but her progress is halted in its tracks. Piemonte with the header that sparked the moment that led to the Everton penalty. point will carry Everton above Brighton, who are in action this evening against Manchester United. Brighton at home to Manchester United in the 6:45 kickoff. They're also on 3 points. Everton are going to move on to 4 unless there's a late Tottenham goal here, but it's Everton in possession at the moment, searching for the winner. Piemonte gets the header there again, and Duggan's almost on the end of it. Well, she's caught Spencer, the referee's whistle's gone. She may even have been offside. But Piemonte again making herself, her presence known in the air, winning the header. Well, Duggan certainly wasn't offside. So I think the referee's whistle's gone because she's caught Becky Spencer as she went for the ball there, Tony Duggan. Everton's so close to stealing a late winner. This ball will just trundle through to Brosnan. Van Havermaet strides out of defence. On ball forward. As Bühler plays into the path of Duggan. This time Bühler gets it away to Sumner. Graham is caught by Wheeler, and referee Emily Heaslip gives a free kick to Tottenham. 2 minutes of added time to play. Neville. Some tired limbs out there now. Clinton, who opened the scoring at the end of the first half but can't find Thomas. Graham tries to win it back for Spurs, but Van Havermaet hoists this long towards the centre circle. Naz gets back for Tottenham. Schneuchter knocks it on to Payne, who won Everton the penalty from which they equalised from. Piemonte. She's made a real impact since coming on, Martina Piemonte. And gets the cross in, and Spencer is able to grab that comfortably. 1.5 minutes to play. Spencer a little loose with the distribution. But Spurs have a throw taken quickly by Thomas. Back to James. Artinen gives it away, but it drops to Graham. Graham has hit them from here before, but she rather gets caught. Well, she's pulled to the floor by Finnegan, who is booked. The yellow card shown to Heather Payne for the foul. And Evelina Suminen in the last home match from almost exactly this position, perhaps a couple of yards closer, hit the top corner for Tottenham against Bristol City. In that 3-1 win, and this would be quite a moment to repeat that, because it would surely be the winner for Tottenham. Just seconds to play now, probably the last chance of the game. If Evelina Suminen can execute this to perfection, then she could just give Tottenham a vital 3 points in what is an early season title push. We've seen her do it from almost exactly this distance before in this goal at Brisbane Road. But this time, she can't get that execution right, and she's lifted it well over the crossbar. And there's just seconds remaining now when Courtney Brosnan gets play back underway. And Martha Thomas has gone into the book, letting her late frustrations get the better of her. She's had such a good season, but it's not been her afternoon in front of goal today. Courtney Brosnan has had much to do with that. Save after save after save. The Everton manager may just have been shown a yellow card in the dugout for something that he said, and there goes, well, there's a whistle for the restart. I thought it was the final whistle, which can't be far away now. Duggan James wins it back for Tottenham. Wheeler. Brian Sorensen waving his team on. And there goes the final whistle. And Brian Sorensen can celebrate a 4th point on the board for Everton, lifting them a place in the table tonight. A really hard-working effort from the Merseysiders this afternoon, coming up against a form team, finding themselves trailing just before the break, but staying in contention until the final moments when Aurora Galli's penalty rescued them the point. Former Everton player Grace Clinton had given Tottenham the lead with a header just before half-time. The on-loan Manchester United player. A win had looked set to take Tottenham 2nd in the table, but they've had to settle for a point. And we can have a look back at the best moments from a really entertaining game at Brisbane Road this afternoon. Drew Spence with an early low shot, which Brosnan, well, she set the tone for the afternoon because she was there again moments later to deny Celine Bizet, and the same player, Bizet, denied within 60 seconds. Grace Clinton feeding it through to Thomas. Brosnan timed this really well to force Thomas to hurry the shot wide. Katja Snoish with an effort that glanced off the heel of Molly Bartrip in the first half that Tottenham had the better of. Clinton weaving her way through, got the shot away, deflected behind for a Spurs corner. Sumanen with a long-range pile driver just over the bar. And Snoish with a really good chance, the Dutch woman for Everton, headed it down into the turf. Spencer comfortably saving that one. Finnegan gave it away, but Thomas, this was a magnificent save from Brosnan, who got up and palmed the rebound wide as well. Spence playing a lovely 1-2 with Bizet as she hung up the cross, which tempted Brosnan out. And Clinton was there in the 43rd minute to head home her 2nd goal since joining Tottenham on loan from Man United against her former club. Sumanen teeing up Thomas with a header which was brilliantly saved by Courtney Brosnan at the end of that first half. Drew Spence turned to get the shot away. Again, Brosnan was positioning herself perfectly. Brosnan there again to deny Clinton. And Neville on the follow-up, lofting the ball onto the roof of the net. Lovely dinked ball through this by Artanen, and Naz, who'd only been on for a minute, the Tottenham substitute, whistling the half volley wide. Bartrip getting in the way rather there of her goalkeeper. Thomas couldn't quite get on the end of Clinton's through ball, and just a minute later with a shot marked for Thomas, too close to Brosnan. Piemonte, the Everton substitute, with the header cleared off the line by James. And then as Tottenham attempted to clear their lines, Clinton fouled Payne, and from the penalty, Aurora Galli smashed it home. What a penalty that was. There was still a chance for Tottenham to win it. Neville trying to catch out Brosnan at the near post, and Piemonte with another header, almost finding Duggan, who gave away a free kick as she clattered into Spencer. It was a frantic closing 10 minutes or so as both teams went for the win. The crowd at Brisbane Road and those watching here on the FA Player have been thoroughly entertained this afternoon. Tottenham's unlikely title push has received something of a setback. They were denied the 3 points that could have carried them 2nd in the table. They sit 3rd on goal difference behind Chelsea, the leaders, who are 3 points ahead of them. 3rd on goal difference behind Manchester City. And Everton with a well-won point to lift them a point above Brighton into 9th place. So Brighton do host Manchester United in the evening game. Great game at Brisbane Road. Thanks for joining us on the FA Player. Stay tuned elsewhere. You can follow the second half of West Ham against Bristol City, which kicked off at 3 o'clock. But at Brisbane Road this afternoon, it has finished Tottenham Hotspur 1, Everton 1.